Hello folks, Uncle Roddus back again. And alright, what I'm looking for is not here, that's fine. Okay, so what are we? 24th April 2022. And yesterday was record store day and I did not go to the record store. Nope, doesn't interest me at all. They don't have the big sale at the record store anymore. They used to do like 50% off. I've got that for 2 years, they did that. But I haven't done it since COVID pretty much. So yeah, no sale. But yeah, I went tramping actually. I went up in the hills, climbed the hill yesterday. What did happen was I got an email from the boss man at the record shop saying that he had a bunch of jazz come up. I think they must have scored a pretty good collection of jazz, and they were putting out 5 or 6 bins of jazz stuff, and he said there were some ECMs in there and some Bluenotes, and I thought, bugger, I really don't need that right now, but I could not leave that to chance that I was going to miss out on some good stuff. God knows what I missed out on yesterday from not being out and going into a record store day. Because there's no sale on, I suspect most of the people there would have been there particularly for the record store day releases. I have no idea what they were, but they were posting on Facebook. They got quite a good lot of records gone out, and basically they had a whole lot of new arrivals go out in the bins because their new arrival section was smaller than normal, but it was all new stuff that had just gone out. Man, the pricing is just getting ridiculous. There were a considerable number of the records in the new bins, in the new arrival bins, were $70 to $80. I mean, I didn't look at them closely. Some I were familiar with. I don't know how rare some of them are, but you would never see prices that high in the shelves in the shop. But now all of a sudden they've just shot up to $70, $80. 50 was normally the highest you'd see, the occasional 60 and 70. I mean, that's getting more pricier than than buying a brand new vinyl release. So I don't know. It's getting a little bit up there. I know, yes, rare and collectibles, fair enough. I mean, you can pay a few $100s, and I have in the past paid that, but I'm not impressed with that. But a lot of these were not up in that price range what I've got. So I went through, there were 4 bins left of jazz stuff, and like, wow, yeah, there's lots of stuff in here that I want, and lots of ECM. So I basically some of the stuff that I'd seen on the internet, on Facebook, that they'd posted was gone. The BMG or BYG or whatever, there was a Art Ensemble record that had gone. The Archie Shett record that he showed was gone. But a lot of the other stuff I got it because it was Blue Note and because it's ECM. So basically this is all Blue Note ECM. So in the end I picked up 34 records today. Wow. So that was a big effort. They gave me a bloody good discount on the bulk purchase, so that was cool. So it was a worthwhile trip. So I filled a lot of holes in my ECM collection, and yeah, I'm really impressed. So let's get into it because we've got a lot to get through here. So first of all, ECM 1156 from 1979, Kenny Wheeler. I think I have another ECM of Kenny Wheeler. Edward Vasala on the drums, Tom Vandergeld on vibraharp, some other guy on trombone, I can't pronounce his name, Evan Parker, JF, Jenny Clark, and then Kenny Wheeler also. So yeah, don't know what that'll be like, but ECMs, I just buy them on spec because I know that they're going to be good recordings, and I might like them, I don't know, most of this catalogue I like, some I like a lot more than others. John Sermon, ECM 1193 from 1981. Now most of these are, from what I can tell, are original German pressings. Most of these don't have many reissues. There's not a lot of reissues of these. Maybe some of them come out on CD. It's usually just the German pressing, the US pressing, and sometimes the Japanese pressing on Discogs. So yeah, John Furman. what is this? This is a Jan Garbarek with Bobo Stenson Quartet and Paul Danielson and John Christensen. So this is quite an early one. This is 1041 from 1973. So yeah, nice early one. I was keen to get the earlier ones. So yeah, that's cool. I wasn't familiar with that one. There's another Jan Garbarek one. There's quite a few Jan Garbarek ones. This one is from, I should have got my reading glasses. This is from 1981, ECM 1200. Not familiar with that one. I'm not familiar with most of these because I don't have them. I did pick one up. I took them all to the counter and I had them on the counter and I spread them out and I was looking at them. You know, I was going on Discogs now. Which ones don't I have? I ended up putting 4 back because I already had them. There was still a whole lot more in the bins that I didn't pull out because I knew I already had them. But one of them I missed and I bloody brought it home and checked it and sure enough I've got it. Right, Bill Connors, ECM 1158. This is from 1980. And another Bill Connors. This one I think is an earlier one, ECM 1120. This is from 1979. Oh, this one's got Don Cherry on it. Actually, this is quite a big band. Some Binkburger Bitter Funeral Beer. Never knew anything of it. I was totally unfamiliar with this. This is ECM 1179. This is from 1982. The fact that it's got Don Cherry on it is pretty cool. So yeah, looking forward to having a listen to that one. Eberhard Weber, The Colours of Chloe, ECM 1042. So this is quite an earlier one from 1974. Though he's got a lot of records out on ECM. I've got quite a few of them. Ralph Towner and Jack DeJohnette and Eddie Gomez on bass. So this is a trio. There's a lot of Ralph Towner records coming up here actually. So can't see much on that cover. There's not much to look at on that cover anyway. So what was that? There was ECM 1121 from 1978. And then Ralph Towner and Gary Burton, Matchbook, ECM 1056 from 1975. Another Ralph Towner, this is ECM 1153, this is from 1979. Old Friends, New Friends. So yeah, I'm really filling in a lot of holes in my ECM collection. I mean, still a lot to get, and I was hoping that maybe just they might have had that Wolfgang Dunner record, which was ECM 1002 or 1003. Quite rare, rather expensive on Discogs. Really would love to get my hands on it. Arv Hendrickson. This is quite a later one, double LP from 2008, I believe. It's 2086. So this is actually the latest piece of vinyl I've got on ECM, because they went CD obviously for a long while, but then they've started reissuing lately on vinyl newer stuff and reissuing some of their older stuff, but they're really expensive. Who's this? This is a duo that Mikhail Alferin and Arkady Silklupa. Gosh, I'm terrible with foreign names like that. What have we got? ECM. This is a later one. 1396. This is quite from the late 80s. 1989. Well, 1990 it was released. Should move back a bit. Still going on the ECMs. Zakir Hussain. Haris Brad Charithia. John McLaughlin on this, and Jan Garbarek. ECM 1349 from 1987. This one looks like a very ethnic sort of thing. Turge Ripdale. 1110. This is a US pressing. This one is from 1977. As I say, most of these are German pressings. And this is Alfred Harris from 1982, I believe, ECM 1264. Where's the year? This is an early digital recording, but it's on vinyl. No idea on that one. And then this is the earliest one of the lot, ECM 1029 from 1973. Another Jean Gabriel. This is a trio. Gabriel, Arid Anderson, and Edward Fasala. That sounds pretty cool. Gallery. I think Gallery is the name of the band and the name of the record. And it's 1206 and it's from 1981. Got David Darling, who did some solo records under that name. I think I've got a couple of his records on ECM. Another Eberhard Weber record. This is a later one from 1982 as well. 82, ECM 1231. John Sermon and Karen Krog. Terrible with foreign names. So yeah, trio here, 1983, ECM 1254. Really should have put my reading glasses on. So yeah, really good scores here. I'm looking forward to some of these. Arid Anderson again, now he's cool. I've got another one of his records. I really enjoyed it. This is a 1981 release from ECM 1188. Looks like Kenny Wheeler's on this. Paul Moten on drums. Yeah, excellent. And the last of the ECMs, Ralph Towner again, Solstice Sounds and Shadows. This is 1095 and it's from 1977. So yeah, real mix of across the board there, really cool. Really cool. So like I say, I didn't get there yesterday, so I don't know how many more went out the door, how many I missed out on. Probably couldn't afford to buy any more than I have anyway, because I kind of really cleaned me out, but they did give me a really good deal. Okay, so let's move on to the next lot. We have this McCoy Tyner Passion Dance. This is a French record, French issue from the early, 1979. Milestone Records. Yeah. So I've got a couple other McCoy Tyner records. I think I've got some Bluenotes that I really enjoyed, so we'll see what that's like. That's kind of a bit of a blind buy. And then this one here, John Coltrane's Crescent Live. Is it live? And is it a quartet? I thought this was a live record. I don't know. No, actually I don't. This is an Impulse reissue. I'm guessing from Discogs that it's around about 1997. I mean, it looks newer than that, but it's just, I can't find it says 1997 on there. This looks like in really good condition. So I don't know if this is a reissue, because the barcode just brings up the original release from 97 or the reissue. It's got Elvin Jones on it and McCoy Tyner. I fucking love Elvin Jones. He's just awesome. So yeah, I think this one got a reissue recently, because I think I've seen it on Facebook. But there was some other John Coltrane stuff there, but I think I've got another one. But it was very pricey, and some of it was his earlier stuff. There wasn't any of his later stuff. So I've got a bunch of Bluenotes now. It turns out I grabbed them. I mean, you don't see much in the Bluenotes like these. I mean, not even the new stuff. I know there is a place in town you get the Tone Poets from. To be honest, I've only seen 3 or 4 copies in there. It's a hi-fi shop, and they weren't ones that interested me musically, but they're just not really showing up that much here. These ones here are all reissues, and from what I can tell on Discogs, they are 2008, 2009, maybe around that time, they were reissued. It said Scorpio Music on the website, on the Discogs, due to the fact that the address on the back of this is that they were indicating that was a Scorpio Records address at the time, because there's no barcodes or dates or reissues. These are basically exact or close to it, exact replicas of the original releases. So yeah, I'm guessing 2000 sometime. Unfortunately, one of these records, when I was looking it up, it said sourced from an unknown digital source. So I'm a bit worried about that. That was a bit disappointing. So anyway, none of these I had in my collection because I got quite a lot of I got quite a good whack of the Bluenotes 75th anniversary reissues, and of course they're always reissuing. There's so many freaking reissues. This Jackie McLean one, I don't know when this was recorded now. Is it 58? Should have looked at that. Yeah, this is still sealed actually. I haven't unsealed it yet. Still, even though they're reissues, they're still quite pricey. They've got big price tags on them. So, I mean, so they are, they are proper Blue Note reissues, I understand. Here's a John Coltrane Prestige reissue with the Red Garland Trio. I think this is from 1957 originally. This is a reissue from the 90s. Or again, well, according to the numbers on the back, it's a 90s reissue. It looks a bit newer than that. It's in very good nick. So all of these records look really close to being new. So I just wonder how recent they are. Hank Mobley and Lee Morgan, Pecking Time. Don't know the original recording date, but looks like, is it in the 50s, late 50s? I don't know. Got to read through the notes. Anyway, always pleased to add to my Blue Note collection, even though they're reissues, and I just hope they will sound pretty good, I'm sure. What's this one? Hank Mobley again, roll calls. This is Freddie Hubbard, Wynton Kelly, Paul Chambers on bass, and Art Blakey on the drums. Another Hank Mobley with Lee Morgan, Curtis Fuller, McCoy Tyner on this. I mean, these are cool lineups, so always pleased. And then a bunch of Grant Greens, so Green Street. Like I say, these are all reissues from the 2000s, early 2000s, or 2008, 2009. They're listed as Scorpio on Discog. Grant Green, and then Grant's First Stand. It's a trio. Then a Kenny Dorham one, Hank Mobley, that one there, Whistle Stop, and another one, Wayne Shorter, Night Dreamer, McCoy Tyner's on this one again, Lee Morgan, Elvin Jones again, so great lineups, so looking forward to these. And then finally, and this one I'm a little bit slightly, this is another Grant Green one, called Nigeria with Sonny Clark. I love Sonny Clark. Grant Green, Nigeria, this is a reissue, but it's on wax time. I didn't pick that up when I looked at it. It was originally a Blue Note. Wax time, I believe, are one of those cheap, shitty, bloody reissue labels that are chucking out a lot of jazzy stuff that is out of copyright. I don't know. In saying that, the reviews of the quality of the sound on Discogs was actually, it's a really good sounding record, even though no one could say what the source of the recording was. This is one of those DMM ones, So yeah, I generally try to avoid these. There was a couple of other Blue Note ones there on the DOL and that label, and I knew they were those cheap reissues, and unfortunately I put them back a bit because I don't buy them generally, and this one I didn't quite look closely enough. I was so excited about finding all the stuff, and I just kept pulling the records out of the bin and pulling the records out of the bin and pulling the records out of the bin. I ended up a big pile and then took them up to the counter, then got on Discogs to make sure with all the ECMs that I didn't have, apart from that one I missed. I knew I didn't have any of the Blue Note ones in that, but yeah, I say it's pretty hard to tell at the time when standing in the shop what pressings they were, and it took a wee bit of wee bit of finding on the Discogs, and even then I'm not 100% sure because there's no, yeah, pretty much the matrix looks right though, it's in a groove. So well, there's like, well, I think 33 records minus the one that I already had, which is out in the lounge. I'll take that back and see if I can swap it. All of them are being jazz records, you know, people, the guy that sold these, I'm assuming these are, he said that most of the records in those bins belong to the same guy, the collection. So the Bluenotes are all very, very near mint, reissues, so near mint. The ECMs are all pretty much beautiful condition, apart from one which looks a bit grubby. I need to clean it up, but yeah, I'm really wrapped with that. That's a bloody big haul, so that's going to keep me busy for a while. There we go, I got through that in 20 minutes. I'll let you all get back to your day. Thanks for watching. Cheers.